Revelation 7, verses 9 through 10. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. Revelation 7, verses 9 to 10.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection. And I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
Oh,
and good morning, Grand Rising, to all of you that are here. Good morning, Grand Rising, to each and every one of you. It is now 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the Central Time Zone. That's where I am, in the middle of the country. Welcome to the Magman Morning Show once again on this fabulous, wonderful Friday edition that we have. We had a great show on yesterday. We'd like to thank. Uh, uh, Wait a minute, hold on a second. I'm trying. We want to thank Sister Angelica for coming on yesterday. Forgive me, y'all. I was trying to adjust. I got something special for the Magman Morning Show viewers. An exclusive offer that is going to be given, and I'm going to put it on all of our social media and our other platforms that they have for us. That if you order from from this wonderful business, Cakes and Creations by Trige, and everybody was talking about it, so I got a special something she made up for us. We got the QR code, and I'm going to be promoting this. We want to thank her, Trige, for coming on and giving us that wonderful opportunity. Just wanted to say good morning to her. Good morning to each and every one of you. As I call the roll this morning, I like to. It's so good. Hey, Alice, how are you? It's good to see you back in action. That's our chief moderator of the Magman Morning Show. Good morning to Sharon Reed and to her wonderful father and family, Apostle Anthony Reed, and all of you all that are in Homewood over there in Illinois. The great supporters of our show. Good morning, Grand Rising, to Alderwoman Colby Chapman. I talked to Alderwoman briefly this morning. She got in touch. We got in touch with each other. She's doing well. Right now, she's going through a court battle, and there's some legal things that are going on. So we will be updated by her. There's some things that she already has announced that she's running for mayor, the mayor of the city of Harvey. You all know our dear friend, and I hate to just that they're going to be uh, that they're that the things that happened to her, but she's safe. She was arrested on bogus charges. That mayor and his henchmen. I don't think that they understand that. What they're doing is going to be so detrimental to them, and we're not going to worry about that right now. But we're going to keep Alderwoman Colby Chapman in your prayers, Alderwoman of the Second Ward, the historic Second Ward of Harvey, Illinois. We want to say good morning to her, and we want to keep you all abreast on the meetings that she has and her ward office. Let me take this down right quick. Because this is in the way. I'll put it back up a little bit later. Wait a minute here. Thank you all for your support and everyone that supports the MacMan Morning Show. We want to thank you. But this is the ward information for the second ward. Those of you that have been asking how to reach out to the Alderwoman or for city services in your community, we're glad to serve we're glad to serve and to give you the information that's out there. It is so good to know. I know you multitask. Okay, I got you covered. Please don't forget to put your information in the chat again each day. I know you do. Make sure, Alice, that we have it. Once I get it, I'll I got to make a banner for it so I can keep it. Just text or email it to me, Alice, so that I can put it in the system permanently, and it'll be running. Thank you very much for all of your wonderful support that you give to the MacMan Morning Show. Grand Rising to wait a minute, to Kirk Johnson, mayor of the city of I was going to say Harvey. Lord forgive me. The mayor of the city of Lambert. I had a communication with him. He will be on our show next week to come and say thank you. They're preparing for their swearing in and inaugurations in various cities in the Southland. I like to say good in the South. Well, in here, down here in the South. I want to say good morning to Mayor Mary Lake Jimmy Stokes of Horn Lake, Mississippi, to Diane Black, our wonderful, wonderful supporter, her and her wonderful father. Diane is running for state senate. There's a seat that's open, and she's going to get it. We're going to help her to get and to achieve what she has to do. We're going to have her advertising on her ad on real soon. I know y'all remember the ad when she was running for Congress. We ran that joker. Let me tell you something. The results of that was that she received up to 96,000 uh, 96,000 votes. So she has enough that she can get out in a reputation of such that I believe that she can capture that seat. The Republicans are resigning and ain't running because of the wave that hit the city of Horn Lake. Not only did they get the mayor's office, the Democrats have achieved. They got the alderman at large spot and 4 other aldermanic seats. Now, there are only 7 seats on the board. They got 5 of the 7 seats. So we are hoping, and I'm not saying miracles are going to happen. There still has to be a transition. There still have to look at things and see where they are. But I believe that the city of Horn Lake is going to be in good hands under the leadership of Mayor Jimmy Stokes. I'd like to say good morning to our wonderful, wonderful supporter of this show and my dear, dear friend in the city of Clarksdale, Orlando Payton, who won the election outright. We support him. We stand with him. Hopefully, we'll be working with him in the coming weeks to do and to be available at any time to help him in his new administration. I'd like to say to all of you that there's a lot of things going on in our community that I've been trying to get out, but there's a lot of change that's happening, and we just want to be on the cusp and on the breaking edge of what's going on. Like I said, this is our job to keep you informed and to keep you abreast on what's going on around about the country. On yesterday, we had a remarkable story of what happened. Let me see if I can get this up. I can. This story that we were covering, there was a plane crash in India, and Indian Airlines had crashed, and all 200 and not all but one of the 200 or so passengers survived. Mm-hmm. All but one person survived. The horrific crash. I'm trying to get it now, folks, for you. The horrific crash that happened in that on that airplane. One person survived. God bless, and lived to tell about it. Walked away, literally walked away from that horrific plane crash, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit further in our broadcast. I'd like to say good morning, grand rising to each and every one of you that have given us an opportunity to come and share with you. Thank you for all of the rooting and the hellos and all those other great things that you have been given to us. It's a fabulous Friday. We're getting ready to go into the weekend. There's so many things that are occurring and that's happening, and we're going to be talking about that plane crash and what happened on yesterday. God still works in mysterious ways, and while we're here and while we're doing what we're doing, it's just a blessing just to be around and to be here. Good morning, grand rising to each and every one of you all. I don't know what your plans are for the weekend. You might have big plans, who knows? But be careful out there doing and enjoying yourselves out there. I wanted to emphasize also that we're preparing our advertising package. And I hope that you like it. It doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. It won't cost you a whole lot just to get you some advertising. And don't be, and there's I heard that a wise businessman will they should get advertising. It shouldn't hurt because once people see you out there, they will order from you. So why go get a billboard and go get some other people that don't care about your business well being or whether you make a dollar or not? And we go and we give all our money to these people thinking that they're going to help us. And they said all they want is some money. And then when you do get on popular programs, half the time the programs are not geared towards your audience of people that you're trying to reach. Now, let me explain something. This program, this broadcast, is solely owned and operated by Mac Media 3 Productions. That means I own the show, and that means I can set rates I set my own rates. Why pay trillions, not trillions? Why pay a whole lot when you can just with $50? If you can't even do for your company for $50, I don't know what to say, but $50 will get you started. You can sponsor a whole show for a whole week if you want to be a sponsor on the show for $50. You get $50, you get 10, well, it's 5 days a week, you get shown twice. That's 10 commercials for 50. You can't beat that. And then our audience is there. You don't know who we're reaching. We know who we're reaching. There meet many people around the country. And be wise like Angelica did on yesterday. She ships her merchandise nationwide. And I mean, she has a real, we're going to talk about that when we get to the ads and everything. I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. So we're on the move. We're getting ready to make some changes. I'm getting ready to come on camera. We're trying to get everything situated so that we can do so. I'd like to say hello to all of our new listeners, all of you all that are listening in the bushes. That's okay. Y'all can be in the bushes. It's okay. And those of you that are listening, it ain't going to hurt and it won't cost you anything to like. And if you really like our platform, you can subscribe. We're here each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast right here on Mac Media 3 Productions. We'd like to welcome everyone from WKRA 92.7 FM on your dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi that carries our signal. We have a contract and a license with them. And we want to just thank Raven Autry and all of those that have for the past year and a half or so been our broadcast partners. You can hear us everywhere, anywhere, everywhere, live and direct, or you can get the replay right here on YouTube. You can get it. We're going to be moving to some other platforms also, spreading our show and our production. We're getting things, you got to crawl before you walk. So there's some things that I have to learn, that I am learning, that it will be helpful to this broadcast to do what we do. If you have an announcement, if you have a business, if you have an event that you want publicized, all you have to do is go to macmedia3 at gmail.com, macmedia3 at gmail.com for any inquiry that you have. Just state who you are. Make sure you make a full email so I'll know who you are. Leave some information where I can contact you, and I'll be glad to announce your event. I'd be glad to publicize your business. I'd be glad to come and do a personal appearance, and within reason, if you want me to, I'll come. Trust me, I'll come to your location. Come and talk to me. You need a host for something. You need a host for your event. I think I can MC real good. I won't bore you folks. If you need anything, any services from us, or if you just want to get in contact with the Magman Morning Show, go to macmedia3 at gmail.com. All communications will go through there. And I promise you, I'll get back with you, and you'll be amazed at what we can do to help you and to continue to encourage you to go on your way as you live your life. It's our job and our responsibility to make sure that we continue with inspiration and information. The inspiration comes from when we analyze and look at the information that's being presented. I don't do sensationalism. I give you the information that you need, the news and information that you need that is going to help you in your day, that'll give you and keep you informed of the things that are going on around about us. We got a whole lot of things that are happening in our country today, and I like to just say to all of you that the way that the country is being run and the Orange Man is reaping havoc. You haven't heard from his sidekick, the Muskrat. He's got everything that he wants. He's coming to the Mid South here in the greater Memphis area in Shelby County and South Memphis. Let me tell you about South, not in North Memphis, not in Bartlett, not in those Germantown or anywhere like that. They came right in the black community and they have 35 turbines. These turbines pumps out fumes and gases that is harmful to the community. And not only that, wherever the wind shifts, it's going to shift. So North Mississippi is coming this way. It comes this way. It might come across the river or something. We should not have this kind of thing going on. And Mr. Mayor of Memphis, that's Mr. Young, Mr. Paul Young, I'd like to put you on notice, sir, as this, and you can come on the show and refute. You said you were coming on the show, and I'm going to keep you to it. I'll be in touch with your people. But we need you to answer about this situation that's going on in South Memphis with the Musk folks putting up this supercomputer. They found a place where they can just sit, and they knew that they could not go to the white community. I'm just going to say this and tell the truth. They knew that they could not go to the white community and put up a facility. It looked like it was almost overnight. They didn't have any, but no questions asked. Just drop it in the black community. We ain't worried about them. They don't holler about anything. They don't vote. They don't do. This is the perception that people are putting out about us. We don't vote. We don't do this. We don't do that. And I'm about sick and tired of people putting down black people. Let me go here and say this. On yesterday, we had I'm going to play the video, and viewer discretion is advised. For all of you, I had it here. I ain't going to do it. But I was going to play it from yesterday. The argument that's being had, and I want you all to give your opinion. If you're there in the chat, you don't mind giving your opinion. I'm not prejudiced. I'm pro-black. Okay, so let me say that. Two, I find it very funny that the Hispanic community and the Latino community are angry with the black community. I heard some foolishness on yesterday. I refuse to play that, but I wish that I could, but I'm not going to give any credence over to anybody. My thing is this. We've been fighting the civil rights movement since there was a movement, since we've been here. From slavery, when they brought our ancestors here, those of you that look like you know who I'm talking about. Then when they brought we were forced here. We didn't come over here in droves talking about we want to be over here in the land of milk and honey or the promise. This ain't no promised land. There were people here before they brought black people here. There were actual black people here. When the Indians, as Brother Lee had said on yesterday, when the Indians were told and forced to move to Florida, they say you can take one thing. What did they say? Take your slave. Indians had slaves. I'm about sick of this thing being a slave and a Toby and all that old stuff and the yes a boss type thing. And I ain't going for that no more. I don't know where they're getting it from. And then, the excuse that the Hispanic community gives to us is they say, y'all ain't going to come over here and help us. Y'all are next. Wait a minute, Jack. We was here first. Y'all going. They're not coming at us like they coming at you. And I'm not worried about them because they've been trying for hundreds of years to get rid of the old, but they can put y'all on the plane and send y'all to Guatemala and all other places around the world that you don't even need to be at. Y'all at wits in Guatemala. They're going to send y'all down there and they're going to beat you and treat you bad. I feel for you, but then again, I don't. 57% of the Hispanic community voted for for the duck, the orange man. Now you hollering and talking about you need our help. What you need our help for? It seemed like you helped yourself. Oh, we ain't asking. And then one man got so snotty, he said, we're not asking black people for nothing. We stick together. We Mexicans. We stick together. And I mean, how you going to talk about us, Jack? And they locking you up and dragging y'all out. But you talking about us? See, that's the same attitude that they had when they was voting. They think that they're white because they got straight hair, just like the Indians and just like the Hindus and just like anybody else that considered them. And some Indians and Hindus are blacker than me and you. There's Latinos and Mexicans that black as you and me. I'm talking about black for real. Afro Mexicans, they call them, and they discriminate against them. Why y'all discriminate against somebody that we got this beautiful skin that God gave us? And y'all got to go in the tanning booth and everything. Y'all combing your hair, slicking it back, put a part in there like the white folk do and everything, and the pompadours and all those other things that they do. And I don't need all of that. Y'all trying to be like that. And there's nobody trying to be like us. Okay, y'all trying in the music and everything. I'm gonna talk about a situation with the music situation too that I had. I got wind of. Diedrich Hatton. Those of you gospel fans, Diedrich Hatton and Glorilla. I don't know why these people name themselves Glorilla, Low Lilla, and Ho Lilla, and all them other things. Them folks that shake dance and the nasty folks. You know, them rap folks. All of the covers is coming off of them, from P Diddy all down to all the rest of them. Now they taking the covers off of what y'all been doing. I didn't teach you that. I don't think your parents teach you that. See, some people that you hang around, you pick up their habits. And all that Diddy guy did was picked up the habits that were taught to him and what was done to him. And he turned around and do it to everybody else. I cannot believe, folks, to save my life, why anybody would defend that man after the things that he has done. And it's on tape. The man he's on, and I know he was on drugs and he's sniffing pink. They got pink drugs and all kinds of things. He was doing whooping folks and turn the heat up and put red lights. They say the man turned the heat up all the way in these hotel rooms. It's got to be a certain hot temperature, and they put oil on their body, and they get in these little swimming pools, and they blow up pools that you get for your children, the starter pools and everything, and they pour all the baby oil in there, and they go to fighting and doing what they do. And all that that something is wrong with a man's mind or a woman's mind when your mind is that way, that you just that your mind has just been taken over and you possessed like you're not even a human being. You got no decency. And the man's mama is worse than he is. They say the mama is a madam. You know, she used to have the freak off parties and all those other things. She taught him how to have them parties. That's a shame for God. You teach your child how to be hookers and all these other nasty things and just gold diggers and everything. I see things that it just horrifies me. Young women, they see a car and the guy got a car, could have rented it or stole it or whatever, and he walks up and you walk up and you think the man is rich. He gets you in the car and you say, "Oh, I know you got money. Let's go shopping. Let's go. Come on, get on in." Once you in, how you know you gonna get out of that car? I know y'all don't want to hear this. That's okay. It's not about what you want to hear. This is a MacMan Morning Show. I do this each and every day to try to inform the community on what's going on. And we really got some serious problems, folks, that we need to kind of like bring out into the forefront and talk. But before we do all that, we're going to go on and say hey to our sponsors once again. I'd like to thank Keisha the Stylist, the Lock Goddess of Memphis. Thank you, Little Red, Big Red's Blues Lounge, Your Honor, the Mayor, and to D. Harris Interiors. We also want to thank Angelica Trejay, and we want to thank the Roberts Enterprises, which consist of Smoothie Cafe, operated by Miss Tremaine Roberts, and Larry's Barber College, that's operated and owned and operated by Brother Larry Roberts Jr. And we'll be back after our little messages that we have. We ask that you get comfortable. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's going on. I got a couple other things I want to bring out. But you're listening to the MacMan Morning Show right here on YouTube, Mac Media 3 Productions, Mac Media 3, right here on YouTube. Good morning to you and all of you at WKRA 92.7 FM. We'll be right back.
Your home should tell your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection, and I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
And we're back on the Magman Morning Show. Wait a minute. Here we go. Okay. All right, I want to mention some of our wonderful sponsors before we go on to our anchor sponsors. Like I said before, I want to thank Angelica Trejay for all of her wonderful work that she's done, and she came on yesterday. The Magman Morning Show has a special. Yes, we have a special. Our dear friend at Cakes and Creations is going to give you an opportunity to receive some of her great products that she has. If you look on the screen, you'll see the QR code. Go to that QR code, and what you order, you will be entered into a drawing. Nationwide, she ships everything, cakes, cookies, all those great things. And we're preparing her ad right now, her ad right now, so that everybody can see. I want you to keep abreast on it because it's something really beneficial. We want to thank our dear friend for Angelica for giving us an opportunity to premiere her service on the Magman Morning Show and her wonderful company. We want you to help her and to shop from her, and we're going to be preparing her ad also. We want to also, we can't forget about the Smoothie Cafe, folks. We can't forget about the Smoothie Cafe. The Smoothie Cafe, which is located, wait a minute here, I got it here. Come on up here. All right, I got it right here. Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I got it right here. Smoothie Cafe. Y'all go on to the Smoothie Cafe right here and go get you something really cool and really nice to drink at 4714 on Lincoln Highway. We're preparing her ad too. We just want you to be able to support the businesses all around. Go get you a wonderful smoothie, wonderful ice cream, all of the flavors, hand packed, scoop clean, nice, and they got a wonderful chocolate bar. Go by over there and see Tremaine Roberts over at 4714 Lincoln Highway, opening at 11 o'clock each and every day, 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday. Sunday's church, we don't go over there. She's been voted one of the best in Matson, Illinois, one of the best businesses, one of the best in her category. Of course, she's being recognized by the city of Matson for her outstanding customer service, satisfaction from her online customers and those that walk into the door. Y'all go by there and see Miss Tremaine. Tell her that the Magman Morning Show said hey, and that we sent you over there to go see the Smoothie Queen at the Smoothie Cafe. Y'all go over there and see Miss Tremaine. She will take care of you real well. A wide variety of flavors, a wide variety of products, and we want to be able to support our local businesses. Also in that Roberts enterprises that they have is Larry's Barber College. Larry's Barber College. Her brother, Larry Roberts Jr., is the proprietor and the CEO of Larry's Barber College of Illinois. Now, if you call 888-537-6228, you can get in touch with Larry or go to larrysbarbercollege.com. If you're interested in a career in the men's and beauty and barber industry, go and give them a call. Let's find out what the criteria is for you to enter into college. You got a young person, you got a talented young person, or someone that likes to cut hair, and they real good at it. Why don't you go get your license and go get yourself situated? Go to Larry's Barber College. Go visit him at his new location in Country Club Hills at the Walmart. He has Larry Barber Maximus. And if you go over there, he's going to hook you up with his wonderful staff and wonderful people. Thank you, Brother Larry, for being a part of the McMahon Morning Show. Also, we want to mention a dear friend of ours, and sometimes y'all get in trouble. And the police is behind you, you know you didn't pay them tickets or that fine or whatever the case may be, and what? You got in trouble. I'm talking about if you in the Mid-South, if you all around the Mid-South and the Memphis and the North Mississippi and the Delta area, and you need you a bail bond person. Melanie Robinson is available for you. She's located at 1703 Main Street in South Haven, Mississippi. Her telephone number is area code 662-863-1700. That's 662-863-1700. Call Melanie now if you need to get out. She'll be there before the ink is dry on the paper. Once again, we salute our wonderful June client, the wonderful Angelica Treget of Cakes and wait a minute, hold on a second. That's Cakes and Characters. The carrot cakes that she had, and creations, Cakes and Creations. She has wonderful cupcakes, wonderful cakes, and wonderful creations, whether it is a birthday party, whether it's a anniversary, whether it's your office party. Let me tell you something. She has some of the most delectable things. If you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see the ordinary cookies that folks try to give you. And lo and behold, on the right, you see that Snicker chocolate chip cookie. God help us. If you want something, you can order from her. All you got to do is go to her website and pick what you want. But if you go there, I want you to get this, and we're going to put this on the McMahon page. Go there and order from her. Use the QR code, and she's going to hook you up and give you a discount. Nationwide shipping of these fine and wonderful, delectable desserts that she has. And we just want to thank her for giving us an opportunity to spotlight her on the McMahon Morning Show. We'll be right back after this last message that we have. Back here at the McMahon Morning Show, Brother Lee Mack is here with us, our co-host, and we'll be back in a little bit. This still is and always will be the McMahon Morning Show right here on YouTube.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Tune in to the McMahon Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the McMahon Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on the McMahon Morning Show. Grand Rising and good day to each and every one of you. It's 39 minutes at the hour of 9 o'clock. So if you had to be there at 9:30, you're late. Okay. I know you, if you ain't there by now, you're late. Good morning, Grand Rising. In our region, we got cloudy weather. We got rain storms possibly for Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas in the region from the Mid-South in that mid-region. We got some severe storms that are coming through. Please make yourself available to watch out for those weather alerts Especially here in the South, those storms can get rather severe. So you all look out for each other. You know that the kids are out of school everywhere. And, you know, what concerns me is, and I have a great concern for the children that get reduced or free lunch. And if they're not in school or in the summer program, those meals that, and it's a shame that we're even at this point in our lives. But there's some people that really do, and they're really struggling out there, folks. If you have a feeding program, you know those programs that they have that they give lunch out for free and everything. If you got or know anyone in the country, wherever it is, we're going to make announcements wherever they are. Children need nutrition, and it's a shame that the struggle continues. That parents are working 2 and 3 jobs, and people are trying to hold their families up and hold them together. And your baby's already out of school, but you know that you're trying to stretch your budget and everything. Listen, for like I said, there are people out there that have these programs for the summer youth programs. There's some vacation Bibles classes that are going on in various churches that do provide snacks and other things and lunch for those children that need it. Let me say, grown folks, don't be trying to infringe upon the children. But Alderman Colby Chapman sent me this, and it already has started between June 10th and July the 11th. Free summer meals for, yes, kids and teenagers. If you're available and around the Bryant or the Whittier elementary schools that's in the Mid-South, that's around in the Harvey area, from the hours of 12 noon to 12:30, if I'm not 12:50, Monday through Thursday. They will have free meals for the summer for the kids that are out of school, the youngsters and young people out of school. Don't be ashamed, and we should not be trying to shame folks and everything. My parents were on food stamps. And I sure went to the store and went shopping. She can send them to, hey, look, we got to eat. Okay, so shout out to all of those parents and grandparents that are taking care of the kids during the summer. And I know that it's kind of difficult, but things are going to lighten up. If you have an announcement of this kind, send it to me, and I will make the announcement on the air right here on the Magman Morning Show. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do, keep you informed on the things that are going on. Brother Lee Mack is here with us. And Brother Lee, I was just, wait, let me take this off. Thank you all for your support. Brother Lee Mack is here. And we were talking on yesterday about something, about the issues that's going on around the country. Once again, my concern is, as we were talking about the man that survived the plane crash, over 240 some people perished except him. And that's a miracle. Ooh, you talking about a miracle? And walked away. He walked away. I saw the ball of fire when the jet fuel, as a firefighter, the one of the most horrific fires that you would have to fight, and you have to know what you're fighting, is jet fuel. You have to have a certain, even if you use foam, you have to use a certain kind on that fire. And what I saw on yesterday horrified me, that this man was on this plane with these other people. Who would have known that he would be the lone survivor? Everybody else burnt to a crisp. He was hurt, and he's bruised up and banged up, but he physically walked away from that accident. Glory to God. There's only God that I know that can do something like that, man. And the way things are going in the aviation industry, I just had to bring that out, and that's one of the things. But there's another discussion that I want Brother Lee. He's here with us, and say and greet your audience this morning, Brother Lee. Everybody's gonna say hello to you and everything. Grand rising, brother. You there, Brother
Great day,
Lee? Okay, there
everyone.
you go. There you are, brother. There you go. And
New
I
beginning.
just wanted to new beginnings. I wanted to say on this Friday that even though we have concerns about things and we're talking about things, there's something that I want to bring up that that kind of made me think a little bit. I got a article from the news service about the possibility of major cities in the coming weeks being not invaded, but that the Orange Man wants to uh, federalize the National Guard in various states to just come in. Now, there's no unrest anywhere that I see other than the Hispanic community that's out there hollering and screaming, and then they cussing and fussing at us like we supposed to step up to the plate and help them. Now, I have my opinion about that because some of them are nasty. And they were saying that we stick together, we ain't asking black people for nothing and this and that, which is a lie because you don't see any black people out there marching. I'm just going to tell the truth. I see very few. I see some Hispanics that look dark and everything. But when members of the black community confronted these people and was explaining to them, well, you voted out of your interest, but yet and still in all, you're blaming us or you're asking the black community for their health. That's one thing. The other thing I want to talk about is this summer curfew that's been in effect, that's going in effect this week in various cities, and especially even down here in Mississippi. There's a Greenwood, Mississippi Mayor Simmons said that he is imposing a curfew in the South, in the country. They getting nuts. I don't understand what's going on. They're saying that there are various things and shootings and unalivements going on and everything. And we're just concerned about him. Brother Lee Mack, our lead, he'll be back. He just stepped away for a second. There he is. I heard something say, "Plunk." Is that you, Lee? Okay, there he is. Brother Lee Mack is back. That's our co-host of the Mac Man Morning Show and our chief commentator. I wanted him to bring it out and um, probably discuss a little bit about the events that are going on, whatever is on his heart to do and he would like to bring out. I'm so happy to have him here. He's been here with me from day one. Look out this little brother. And I'm grateful to you, Lee, each and every day that you get up and you make a sacrifice to join us on the Magman Morning Show. And the reason that I'll tell y'all about the story behind Magman Morning Show, why we call it that. Mama, let me do that now. I have brothers. My brothers, I have three brothers that are gone on to be with the Lord. And I wanted to do something to honor our family, my brothers and my sisters, of course, but I wanted to do something to honor them. There are four of us left brothers, and I got three sisters. And I wanted to name it that because I wanted to honor my brothers. And my brother Lee has been with me from day one. I mean, he has a business, he has a family, he has things that he has to do. I couldn't pay him or nothing, not yet. It's on the way. But he sacrificed and he comes. And I want to bring Brother Lee Mack. Y'all been waiting for Lee to come. I know y'all have, and the person that sent me to say, please have Brother Lee to talk about this a little bit more uh, about the kids in the summer, about they were asking about the curfews and the things that are happening in our community. Talk about this man that walked away from this air. I mean, man, that's a true miracle. When you come away with scraps and bruises and a black eye, and you walked away from a jet falling out of the air full of jet fuel, it just took off. So all the fuel was on, and it's held in the wings. That's what the fuel is held. Once it hit and once it scraped and that flame came out, that jet fuel is so hot you just don't know. But then that's a firefighter perspective. And we're just going to talk about some things. This is the second half of our broadcast. I'm going to bring Brother Lee, and Brother Lee, I want to bring this out. I want to say this: there was war. The Israelis attacked uh, or started bombing Iran or Iraq. It was Iraq, I think it's Iran. Iran over there woke the folks up in the middle of the night, and they're doing everything, and they're saying that the government is approving of it. Talk about those, just about the issues that are going on around about whatever comes to his heart. Our our chief moderator and our co-host of the Mac Man Morning Show, Brother Lee Mack. At this time, he has the floor. Brother Lee Mack, Grand Rising, great day. You got the floor, sir.
Well, first I'd like to say we'll start on Israel. Number one, this is a fact. Israel is a puppet of the United States. They don't do nothing without the permission of the U.S. They're not an independent nation. They're actually a satellite country of the United States. They cannot exist without us. They're literally funded by us. They have a GDP. They have something that they produce, but it won't sustain them without our help. They don't reproduce enough of anything to sustain that country. The country is literally what you call it's a what you call it's a reliant on the U.S. It is the most, like they talk about the poor in the United States, and and pulling out the resources, what you call what we would call the food stamps, and the subsidies, and the fact that the gives the people help for going to college and everything like that. Those are resources that the government is kind of pulling away. Donald Trump is pulling out of that those situations, and allowing people just to flounder around, he can't figure out what to get going, because he's taking the money out of these programs, and the things that helped us the most was getting us a foothold on education. But we're gonna go back to Israel for a minute. That's a puppet state. That country relies on the U.S. It can't exist without the United States. I'm gonna tell you, this is a fact. I hope everybody looks this up. The U.S. help fund that country. They get billions of dollars every year from us, and they won't give this country, the people in this country, the brown people around the world that needs help, like in Sudan and countries like that, that needs that help. But they won't give them any resources, but they'll give it to Israel, which they call Caucasians, which they don't call them Caucasians, call them Jews. Have you ever seen a Jew from Europe? If you've seen them, they're supposed to be from Africa, but they don't look African. They look Caucasian. They're more Caucasian than anything. But that country is getting that kind of assistance because
I didn't lose you, did I, Brother Lee? I gotta
don't.
shake your mic or
No,
something.
no,
There you
they
go.
can't. Yeah, they can't operate without the U.S. approval. Actually, they're not their approval. The U.S. gives them instructions on what to do. It gives them instructions on what to do. Go bomb over here and bomb over there, and we don't have anything to do with it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They won't exist unless they do what the U.S. tells them to do, and they do it with gusto. They bomb people night and day. And you know what? They bomb these people. And you know what they do? And the thing is, you know how they got their government, how they established that country? They were terrorists. They were bombing. They were assassinating. They were doing the very thing that they're talking about that Lebanon is doing. People, the Arabs were doing. They were bombing people. They were bombing what you call England, because England had was in that country, and was supposedly keeping the peace, and they were terrorizing them. They were assassinating people from Europe that was keeping the peace over there in Israel, so-called peace. So they were terrorists. See, they don't want to talk about their history in the 40s. In the 40s, after World War II, they all flee to what they call Israel now. And they were sitting in those camps, and they were terrorizing, and they were bombing, and they were unaliving people. See, that's how they got that country. That's how they captured that country. They got funds from the U.S., and around the world to get those tanks and carve out that space that they call Israel. They've taken that land from the people that was already there and moved them out because they weren't there. So I'll move on to the other subject we was talking about. You were talking about the plane that that unalived everyone but this one person, and that shows you that God is working. You know, and
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this though, brother Lee. I didn't mean to stop you, but it's before you get to that part, I wanted to ask you about the Israeli situation. Now,
yeah.
brother Lee, if I'm wrong, help me out though, because like I said, I'm not the wisest or the smartest. I never claimed to be. Are there, and this is a question I'm trying to see here, but I think you can answer this. Is there such thing as is it a black Jew or a Hebrew? I don't know now. You got to help me out. Is there a difference, or help me out with that before you move to
No,
your next
no,
topic?
they're Hebrews, and it's Hebrews, and the thing is that these Jews, so-called Caucasian Jews, they dare not trace their history to Africa. You know, some of them can't. A lot of them can't. You know, they don't look African. They're nowhere near African. You know, but they claim to be Jewish. They claim to be from Israel, and Israel is in Africa. They call it East, Mid East. There's no such thing as a Mid East, you know, but they just make it up. They make it up as they go. The Egypt, that's Africa, you know, but they push those people out of there, and the Egyptians that you see that's there now, they're more Caucasian than anything. They're more Arab than anything. They're less African than anything. You know, the people that are in government in that country are not Africans. They don't claim to be. They claim to be Egypt like it's an entity within itself. It's like Africa does not exist. They're on that continent of Africa. And those people deny that they're in Africa. But the thing about that is that Israel is a puppet of the United States. They're fully funded by the United States. If the United States were to pull that resources out of Israel, they wouldn't exist for a day. And it's kind of extraordinary that that country has nuclear weapons. That's insane. A tiny country like Israel has nuclear weapons. You know, because that's not a country up on itself. That's a country
Hmm.
that's funded by the United States. That's a satellite country of the United States. You know, like I'm gonna tell you, that country cannot exist without us. You know, that's the thing. They go bomb everywhere, and then the United States says, "Dang, well, we don't have anything to do with it." They have everything to do with it. They tell them what to do and what not to do. You know, so they disrespect the black people, the Africans, that African Hebrews that actually live in that country. They treat them like crap. You know,
Hmm.
and they are the true Jews of that country. See, and that's the
Hmm.
thing. They won't acknowledge us anywhere. So when 19 in the 40s after World War II, when they all migrated to that area, so they said they needed a space for themselves. They're everywhere. They're not just in Israel. They're everywhere. So if they needed a space for themselves, why are they not just there? No, they're not there. They're here too. There are more. They got
Hmm.
millions of Jews in New York, and the surrounding areas. So
You mean the so-called? This you claim the
the
so-called?
so-called Jewish Caucasians, what they call themselves Jews, and
Hmm.
that's the thing. They call themselves a certain thing, but they can't prove it.
Right.
That's the thing. They can't
I
prove it.
got. Yeah, I got someone, a friend of our show, Brother Lee, that's here. We like to welcome Grace Levi of Grace Levi, her program that she has. She's going to come up. She's in waiting, and the question had came up from somebody else, but Ms. Levi is a person, and she's a part of the national Hebrew. She knows. I mean, she knows a little. She knows a little
Oh,
bit.
that she
And
knows
I wanted
more
you
than
all to
I do.
converse. No, I'm not saying that she knows more than you do, but to join the conversation and just to add on to what we were talking about, because it's a real deep conversation that we're having. I'd like to welcome Grace Levi to our show. And Brother Lee, I want you all can talk about this situation, and because what you're saying, Lee, is factual. But then, like I said, we have in our family of broadcasters, as this is your you all segment, to bring in people that have some expertise about the struggle actually that is going in there right there. Grace, are you there?
Blessings and good morning. Yes, I'm
Well, good
here.
morning, and Brother Lee, that's your sidekick. This is sister, yeah. And continue, Brother Lee, and then Ms. Levi, you can add in on to once Brother Lee finishes his statement, you can add into your comment that you like to say. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
No, I just like to say, the United States is fully funding Israel. Our tax dollars are going over there. They're propping up their government. If it did not have our resources, they wouldn't exist for very long. And it's not a self-sustaining country. That country has been in existence since the 40s, and it still hasn't been self-sustaining without the help of the U.S. And that's what I like to say.
Oh, well, should I just jump in? I want to say blessings to you guys and thank you for allowing me to come
Okay,
on your
wait,
show.
hold on one second, Ms. Levi. I want to introduce you in the proper way. We like to, of course, welcome you to the Magman Morning Show. Ms. Levi has a program on YouTube. We want you to drop your information. If you can help out a little bit, Alice, you can help us out to drop her information. Welcome to the Magman Morning Show, Grace Levi. Wonderful, wonderful broadcaster, wonderful teacher and wonderful. She has expertise in the subject that we're talking about, along with Brother Lee. Introduce yourself, say hello, and go ahead, ma'am. You have the floor also.
Blessings and good morning, gentlemen. As you know, my name is Grace Levi. Yes, I have a platform on YouTube. My goal with that platform is to help people liberate themselves. So I focus on police brutality, excessive force, law, and other things. I'm kind of still trying to get a foot onto the subject matter, but it has been expansive, focusing on adult so I basically focus in on a lot of the cases that happened, highlighting what Tiffany were doing through um, legal means, causing issues. I did research into the financials. Just I was doing things in real time so people can see how to research or how to look at law. So that's kind of my goal. And like I said, to help people be self-sufficient. Being able to kind of think outside of the box. But with that goes to say, I do appreciate everything that Brother Lee has been saying because I don't disagree with a majority of the things that you are saying. As far as the last statement that you made about the Israel being in the pockets of America, that is totally true. Um, but that the original Hebrews that is not the original Israel that they have talked about in the Bible. So that's kind of deep, but I do want to clarify because you said something about like we're not real, we're trying to connect ourselves to Africa. Now, let me clarify. I'm not connected to any Hebrew camp. I do not participate. I don't want to downgrade my brothers. I'm more of a spiritual um I found myself being a Hebrew from a spiritual aspect and by doing research genetically. Now, genetically found that we are connected to the original Hebrews, God's people, and Judah. Some of the people who call themselves slaves in America, you can find some of this information in a book called From Hebrew to Negroes. And that was, and I'm not going to say the off the name because I don't want to get this channel shadow banned, but I think you guys should get this 200-page book because he breaks it down from the biblical standpoint and geographical standpoint. and genetic, where you can trace your lineages back from stories. And then if you go and get your ancestry done, you will see that most Black Americans and some South Africans and Haitians and Caribbeans have a genetic codon of E1B1. Now, moving forward, there has been a mix up of who's there representing. And that's why I can understand your anger, because you like what they're trying to be these people, and you got America doing this. This is why America cleaves to Israel, because they think that they're following the biblical path, because that's what the book says, but that are not the people. They don't understand that they have the true Israelites, which is many of you guys walking around America, South Africa, and other places around the country, the world.
So let me ask you. Let me ask
Mhm,
you something. Let me ask you something real quick.
mhm.
Then, now I have seen uh, some brothers they called them. I don't know now. I'm not trying to be offensive in any way. I don't know anything about the organization, but they called themselves the true Israelites. They go out and they witness and they proclaim where they stand and everything. And they at one time I heard that they just called them agitators. Now you're not talking about. Now I don't know if you're in that group or not or whatever the case may be. But is there a distinction? Can you I think you said something about it, but if you can make that distinction that yours
Well,
versus,
yeah,
Mhm. Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, and that's what I said. Okay, those brothers, I consider my brothers. I do consider those Black Americans in the mixed groups that they have, may have some genetic, how can I say, connections to the Hebrews, or in this capacity. If you know the Bible, when it comes to the body of Christ, is going to be a multicolored cloak. But when it comes to them and their approach, I'm just going to be honest. That's why I don't participate in the camps, because I sad to say, I categorize them as meatheads. I said I categorize them as the
Okay.
soldiers of the Hebrews, because they know the word, but they don't know how to implement it. They're leading with hate. They're saying, hey, white people are going to die. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. In the book, it does say that the Gentiles will serve us, but it's not in the manner of what they're saying. So do I disconnect myself from them? Physically, I don't connect myself, but I know when it comes to the body of Christ, we have different people that's going to move different ways to make this happen. So is it a connection? Is that the same kind of doctrine that I understand? Yes, but am I applying it the way they do, with hate and without the spiritual laws? No.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Now, Brother Lee, I want it because I think Brother Lee has some insight uh, on this. Both of you all have a wealth of information. Brother Lee, help us out. What is and if you can chime in on this, because people wanted to know, there's a radical part, as I would say, of black gentlemen that go out and say that they're Hebrews. We have others that say that they are. Can you help us out and help us to understand where we fit in into the mix as far as us as a people? Have we, in any kind of sense, lost where we came from or our history of such? I don't know the answer. I'm just hopefully I'm throwing out the right question to you, Brother Lee, in the conversation. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
Well, I'll address what my sister just said, and she's right. There's some angry brothers out there. There's a lot of angry brothers out there, and they're angry, and they want some justice, and the way they go about it is, I think it's taking it to an extreme, and I don't buy it. I mean, I don't. I understand the message. I do. And but the thing they gotta understand is that they're swinging to an extreme level on this about what the outcome would be eventually. And the thing is that we have to use our knowledge not to get angry and upset. And when we do that, we can't think straight. And to address the thing that you said, my brother, about education and knowing who we are, we definitely don't not know who we are. We it's a a plethora of things that we don't know about ourselves, that we accept this European way of life as the way of life is how we should be living. And that's the thing, we get lost in it. We are so far lost in it that we can't seem to find our way back to us. We were in the right direction in the 60s and in the 50s, we were in the 40s, and when we were coming together and we were relying on each other. And we got away from that. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because the corporations, uh, they wanted us to buy into things that we thought that we were deprived of, and next thing you know, we're looking at what they have is what we want. And I keep saying this: we're not them, so we can't. And we wonder why is it taking 400 years to get these inches instead of miles? It's because we're using their methods to fix our problems. And it'll never work if we use their methods to fix our problems. We're using their laws to get them to get justice. And we have to make some corrections somewhere. Corrections have to
Yeah.
be made. And we can make them together. We are divided. It's on purpose. They divide us, that they keep us separated, and we're the only race that we use our when we talk about us, we use it in a negative way. That's out of training. That's out of brainwashing. We thinking that we came up with these situations on our own. No, we've been manipulated, and I say that because when you got your pastors buying into it, and you got your civic leaders buying into it, your political leaders buying into it, they tell you to be patient. We've been patient for 400 years. How does that work out for you? So it's time to to work out another strategy here. First, we have to first acknowledge that we are brainwashed. We have to acknowledge I'm brainwashed. At times, I'm thinking, in a way that I realize I shouldn't be thinking that way. And so we got to first acknowledge that we are sick before we can fix it. That's what I have to say.
That's true. Hold on one second. I want everybody to hold on. Can you go a couple of more, little longer, Grace? Can you stand by with us for a little while?
Yeah, sure, no problem. The
Okay.
spirit woke
If
me
you
up
all
today.
hang, well, thank you. Okay, well, y'all hang on. We have our co-host, Brother Lee Mack, and our wonderful guest that has come in. She's part of our family too. Grace Levi of Grace Levi. Her program is on each. That you never know when she comes. So like and subscribe to her. You can get all of her content when she goes on live, and her commentary, her teaching is really, really good. It's really insightful, and I encourage you just go over there and listen. We're gonna just say hey to our sponsors real quick. We'll be right back with Brother Lee Mack and with our wonderful guest, Grace Levi, right here on the MacMan Morning Show.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection. And I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, you just give D Harris a call at 901 303 8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
And we're back on the MacMan Morning Show. Grand Rising to all of you. It is 16 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock in the Central Time Zone, and that is 11:16 over on the East Coast, right here on the MacMan Morning Show, each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, right here on Mac Media 3 Productions, LLC. WKRA 92.7 on our FM dial here in Holly Springs, Mississippi has our signal, and we'd like to welcome each and every one of you that are in the chat, in the bushes, hiding, look around, the replay gang, all of y'all that's included. I have two of my favorite people that are on that has such a resource and knowledge about the subject that we're talking about. And I wanted to go in depth about it because I want to put this at both of you again, and I know Brother Lee addressed this, and maybe this. Hopefully, I wanted to get a little bit of a understanding about things. The Black Hebrews, as they say, I hate when they. I don't know whether it's a label that they put us on, like they call us Black Americans, French American, Black French, or I don't know what they call it, all kind of Black Spanish or whatever. But the common denominator in that is Black. And for people that have been exiled from their homeland, their country, their name taken, our language, the way of life, the things that we have done to shape and to mold this world, not just this country, but the effect that Black people had on this on the world, and the things that we've invented and how we help shape civilization as they call it today. And when we see the attacks that are happening with various ethnic groups and so forth and so on, and people are saying that Black people in America are ignoring their plight, I'd like to ask this question, and I'm going to throw this out to Brother Lee, and then Sister Grace is going to come. She can come and do the follow up behind. Brother Lee, I wanted you to, if you can, the distinction between the two when. Others and Black people in other countries come here, they got a stereotype that they have in their head about Americans, that Black people that live here or been here or born here in America, and with the constant barrage of insults that the Hispanic community and the Latino community has against us, I want you to just say, how would we as a people, and I believe that Black people are the original Hebrews. I still believe that in my heart. And if you can't tell me that a Caucasian man was born in the desert, went over to, according to the scriptures, went over to Egypt to hide out, because the king over there wanted to find out where this Savior was coming from, and he went over into Egypt, and he blended in. Him and his family had to blend in with them dark folks. So my thinking is that he's dark. Another reference that I like to make is what the book of Revelation says and describes who our Christ is. He's bronze, eyes of fire, and such and so Hair's like wool. Whose hair is more like wool than mine? I know mine back in the day. Oh Lord help us! You can say that's some wool, and when the man cut it off, it looked like he's shearing sheep anyway. But I wanted to bring this question to you: where do we fit in with all that's going on around the world, even over there in the Middle East and everything? We see people that look like the orange man that's saying that they are the true Hebrews. That's part of the thing. And I want you to bring out again, Brother Lee, about the comparison between the two when others come over here and what they perceive us, how they perceive us over here in this country. Brother Lee Mack, our co-host. Go ahead, Brother Lee, and then we got Sister Grace Levi is going to come right behind you. Go ahead, Brother Lee.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. Uh, I'm in a business where I deal with Arabs and people from the Middle East, what they call the Middle East, foreigners. I deal with a lot of foreigners, Caucasians, in my line of business, and the ones that come here to start a business from across the pond is they've taught how to treat us before they get here. They've been told things how they should operate in our community, and they were told not to allow us into their community with being merchants or anything or trying to start a business. See, you can't start a business in an Arab community. You can't start a business in an Asian community. They won't allow it. You can't start a business in most Caucasian communities. See, but they can start a business in our community. They can get loans in our communities, and they can sell poison, garbage, what they call food in our communities. I'm gonna tell you something. You can go in on the west side of Chicago in what I call an African American community and see a store. And when you go in that store, it's the only store in our community that you won't see in any other community that sells flavored cigarettes. They'll sell one cigarette at a time. They'll sell uh, all kinds of garbage. They'll sell produce that has been rotten on the shelves for weeks. And see, that's the thing that they do in our communities that the politicians, that the government, that the mayor, that the aldermen allow. They allow it because, like I say this, they've been given their reparations, and their reparations were given so they can keep us quiet. They keep us quiet. They tell us, wait another 400 years and we'll get what we deserve. It doesn't take 400 years to correct a problem. It doesn't take 400 years for us to get a nice school system in our communities, to get hot lunches, to get better teachers, not better teachers, to pay them enough to be better. You know, to give them enough resources so they can teach the kids. So we have to brainwash ourselves, unlearn some things because we thinking that this is the way it should be. No, this is the way they want it to be. And that's the thing that we should do. First, we have to, and I'll say it again, we have to admit that we are brainwashed. We have been brainwashed completely. And it's been done by corporations and politicians and religious groups have been keeping us in the dark, have been keeping us sedated and keeping us quiet, and that's how we got to be where we are. We have to first acknowledge that there's a problem, then we can fix it. First acknowledge that we are sick, then we can get some medicine and fix it, which is education, which is knowledge about ourselves. That's what I have to say. I'll let Sister talk because we're limited on time.
All right, sister, there you go. Grace Levi, come on.
Go ahead, my
Uh,
sister.
I want to say this. Everything that I'm going to say is going to basically piggyback off of Brother Lee. Brother Lee, I love you just as much as I love Mac Man. Shout out to you guys because
No
I
doubt,
have
Lee,
been
you
trying
got
to.
you a fan, man.
I tell you,
All
I've been
right, go
talking
ahead.
about you guys on my platform, and let me just hit a few things that he was saying now and then. Now, first, in my opinion, these are my opinion from what I perceive. Black, when you say the reason why, like when you ask about why, everyone who's perceived as black, at the end of the day, we're ostracized in every nation, no matter what. Um, it's because of what we was taught, what people taught us, what we passed down. But if you look at this biblically, if you look in the Old Testament, when they talk about all of the things that the Hebrew did, it's because we wanted to be like our oppressors. We wanted to be like the other nations. This is the same behavior that we have now. We wasn't using our base knowledge, our own knowledge, seeking knowledge, but trying to be like them. So this is the same thing that's happening now. Everywhere we go get a culturalized, and we try to be a group of people who don't accept us. Then moving forward, when we talk about, I want to clarify, because he did clarify it too. Israel is at the cusp of Africa. They came up with that concept, the name of the Middle East. That land, Israel, actually original name was Canaan. So when you do, you go research and read the Bible, you'll figure out the significance of that name, Canaan, in Israel, and why the Hebrews saying that's their land, the Black Hebrews. But I want to go back into this. He says something about us basically having to fix this. And the way we're going to fix this is, one, like you said, education, self education, because no one who colonized you is going to teach you. So you have to go out and read for yourself. They do keep us how marginalized, how you doped up on their information by feeding us their politicians, feeding us their news, and we're not seeking it for ourselves. Let me say this, the concept where you say where a lot of black people feel like, or they brainwash black people to feel like this, because I don't believe this is true most of the time, when they say, oh, all Caribbean people from other nations don't like black people. They have, not like I said, trained, but that's something that we don't even like black people. Black people in black areas find a reason to be mad at each other. I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. You see, I didn't grow up a culturalized as a Haitian or a Barbadian, straight American.
Oh,
So
you from the East Coast, huh?
yeah, so
All
I've
right.
been
Shout
in
out to the East Coast.
thank you a multi diverse area and things. And when I amongst different people, we stick together unless there's a narrative put out there for us to find a way to beef. Just like when they say Haitians eat cats, and then surely they put us on a ban list. It was a progression. It was an
Now they
evolution.
said that they said that the Haitians eat ducks in the water. You know them gooses or geese or whatever. They was grabbing them out the water and cooking them and plucking them and all
And
that
they
old
probably could have.
cats eating cats and dogs.
They probably could have with a goose and a geese. Now y'all eat goose and geese in the store, so y'all got to understand culture difference. We raise stuff, so I can't contest to that. But the cat thing, that is of the devil. We know that's not okay.
Yeah,
So
they say y'all was eating. They say that the Haitians were eating the cats and they eating your dogs. And you know how that man lied on the orange man lied. Oh, they eating your dogs. They eating your cats. All that old food.
yeah, so that's just a little distraction, but I wanted to show y'all the progression of how they plant seeds in us and then divide us. But we do have a form of self hate, because even in the black community, it's hard for you to unite. Y'all know y'all not united. The time where you get united, I'm saying y'all, and I'm not saying to execute myself, but I'm just trying to distinguish certain things since we're talking about it. We will get together in the black community and protest, and then it doesn't go further than that. And then within that protest, you have people who want to be leaders, controllers, and everybody start to beef, and then the whole thing fizzle out. The colon telling pro. So we have to highlight those things and start to circumvent that, to see like this is a systematic approach. They're doing that to all black nations. The same thing that's going on here is the same thing that's going on in Haiti, but it's all of the black people out there. Like they put as political figures, but when you look behind where the money is coming from, it came from the Democrats. It came from America contractors, and basically they seeded into Haiti and took the land. And that's what they do in the black community. They seed into your community and take the land. Does it seem the same? So the divisional thinking is something that we literally have to stop. We have to stop that. But they put that into us because it wasn't a time that people really paid attention to color, because we were all black in the area in the original. When you read the Bible, the area it's talking about is Africa. And that Africa is no way that you're going to have a European nation survive under those terms. So that's how far dated back as far as what we play a history in. But look at how we behaved. So that's why it is important for us to know history. And that's why what Trump is doing is part of the destruction of us knowing more about ourselves and our history. Because if we don't know where we came from, we don't know where we're going to go and how to fix it and what not to do. That's why it's so important for us to literally unite, learn about everybody cultures, because we have mixed so much in a melting pot that you can't even totally say that you're a Black American, because slaves have been raped so much by different nations that we're mixed, that the slaves are mixed. And that's why I get to say that at the end is the body of Christ, is the right versus wrong that's going to handle this. But we cannot depend on the system to teach us. So I know I kind of said a mouthful. Another thing I do mention a lot, and I want to add on to it, the 400-year thing. It's way before,
Mm-hmm.
it's way longer than 400 years, Black America. It was the Arab slave trade. Your ancestors was part of that. The Arab slave
Mm-hmm.
trade, then the Western slave trade, then you came to the American slave trade. You gotta go back further, and this will stop you guys from dividing yourself from the Black nation and look at people as a spiritual being. Look at people as, their heart and who they are, because that's the only way we're gonna move forward. So, um, I'm
Wow.
gonna stop there because I could just keep
We,
going and going. Can I
it's
can I
okay.
before the
Yeah.
broadcast and just
Yes.
recommend some books for you guys to read? I got 4
You
books that I
can.
you
You
guys can read, and I
yes.
think it'll help the Black community.
Okay.
Would you like me to say it
Go ahead.
now or towards the
Yeah,
end?
go ahead. You at the end. You better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. That's
Okay.
your time. Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Good, good. I thank you for letting
Mm.
me come on here. I love this
Okay,
topic.
you coming back? You got to come back. Hey, brother. Wait a minute. Let me say this, brother Lee. Should we have her back? What you say, brother Lee?
I say yes,
I
without a
love
doubt.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lee got a fan. He got. Okay.
Well,
I
she's
want to
great.
agree.
I think she's great. It needs to be more of it said. I mean, we don't say enough of it. And I'm with her 100%. This goes back further than 400 years. We go back to the beginning.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say this and let turn it back over to the sister. They think
Yes.
slaves only started in the U.S., but they had slaves in Africa.
Yeah, so
And so when the Africans talking and they sticking out their chest and saying it didn't happen there, it started there. They had slaves going on in Africa, that
that's the
continent
Arab
of
slave
Africa.
trade. That's the Arab slave
Exactly, my
Wow.
trade.
sister. And you got to, and I just say this really quickly. I try to tell a Nigerian brother, that he said, no, we're different from you. I said, you just didn't get on the boat. Uh, so they have to be educated too in Africa because I think they've lost their history and kind of forgotten it and gotten caught up in these corporations. But I'll turn it over to you, my sister.
Okay. Well, I'll love to
I
get
w-
deeper into that too, because there is a difference between the actual people who were sold and Africans. We're not Africans. We're not them. The Africans
mm,
are the from the bloodline of Ham. If you know about Adam, I'm not. I'm
ooh.
not. I do not. I do apologize. After the flood, I said Adam. I
No,
do
don't
apologize.
apologize. Well, look,
After the flood, you
this is
have
what I want.
Ham,
Go ahead. Go
Japheth.
ahead. Go ahead.
After the flood, you have Ham, Japheth, and Shem. Ham is the Black African. Shem is the Shemitic people that was in the area of Canaan that God chose to be his people. And Japheth is the Arab slave trade. So this is going to go right into the book that I want to recommend. Now, I'm not going to say the author of the first book, but you guys can find this book. Um, and I will
Okay.
give you the link just in case it's not on Amazon again because they took it off, put it back on. But it's called
Okay.
Hebrews to Negroes. No, hold on. Sorry. Yeah. Hebrews to Negroes. And that book basically caused a major uproar between Kyrie Irving and the whole news. And nobody really understood why Kyrie Irving got in trouble. So that one book,
Who is? Well, you got to tell me. You got to. Well, you refresh me who that is. Who is
Kyrie
Mister
Irving is
Irvin?
the black basketball player who got in trouble for
Okay. I'm
saying he was a
sorry.
Hebrew, and he started kind of talking that they didn't like what he was saying. So we're not going to go into that because
Oh,
that caused a lot of people to get shadow
I
banned.
understand.
Okay. So,
Hmm.
but that book in itself, from Hebrew to Negroes, it goes over not only the biblical justifications of Black Americans being part of the Hebrews, but they go genetically as well because this person, he was a doctor. So it is so crazy. He's a doctor and he's well studied. And then he goes in geographically. And his second book and
Mm-hmm.
other information that he released, he actually puts other nations where they were biblically. So you can know who was who. And once you know who was who, you're going to understand why they act the way they do. Okay, you'll understand it. So that book is one. Another book that I read as a young girl before I knew all of this was called Survival Strategies for Africans
Mm-hmm.
in America. Now you can read that abstractly as a 13 step to freedom, and it just basically disclose some of the things that were going on in Egypt and Kemet, and also how they use these signs over here. Now it opened me up to understand that realm, and what I say is this information is for information educational purpose only. When you read, the spirit will open you up and tell you what direction to go. So I'm just telling
I
you this
believe
book.
it.
I don't live by this book because I know more as far as
But it's
lineage.
good reading. It's
Yes,
good reading.
you'll start to see signs,
Okay.
symbols, things that's used in America, the connection. So the next book I
Mm.
want to recommend is The Jew, a Negro. Okay. Now,
Mm.
his the author name is Talmage Alberti, and it's a beginning study of Jewish ancestry from an impartial standpoint. And on the cover, you will see a black man with woolly hair and a crown on his head. And I'm going to leave that there.
Okay. I
And
want to say this. I
mhm,
want to put this invitation out to you. You know, Juneteenth is coming. And
yes,
Brother Lee, I got an idea, and I want to see if what you think about it and what our dear sister thinks about it. I'd like to have a special on uh, on Juneteenth. That's on the 19th. That's on I think that's next Thursday, right here on the Magman Morning Show. I would like if you can come, if it's on your schedule, if you can make it, Miss Levi, uh, if you can come and participate, and you and Brother Lee can come and participate and give us more in-depth information on what, because Brother Lee has been educating his little brother on some things, and you know something, I'm fascinated because there are things that I did not know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, wow, you know, that's something. Okay, yeah. And then now, uh, along with you and Brother Lee, kind of really opened my eyes on some things this morning. Would you be willing to come back to the McMahon Morning Show on the 19th and join us in a special about Juneteenth? We'll go talk about Juneteenth, but we'll go deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper than on the 19th of June when the master said that in so many words that we was free. But I want to see and I'll push it. I just want to see if your schedule permits it. What do you think, Brother Lee? If your schedule permits it, would y'all do a special with us on the 19th?
I have no problem with that, my brother.
What you say, sister?
I'm definitely down. Just let me do some adjustment to my schedule. You give me a time,
Okay.
and I'm just going to make it happen. I
Nine
definitely would
o'clock
love
on
to.
9 o'clock on next Thursday morning on our next Thursday morning show on the 19th. We're
Okay.
here each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock over there where you at, Miss Grace Levi, right over here. Listen, I want to say this. I want to thank you for coming. I gave you my email address. Please, could you get in touch with me? I
I
got
thought
some
I
stuff I want to
emailed you.
get to
I'm
you. No,
sorry.
you
I
ain't
was
email me
going
yet.
to.
See, that's why you treat me like stepchildren or anything. And Brother Lee, Brother Lee, I hope that I'm impressed. You know, you impress me anyway. But to have both of y'all here to really give clear insight, not hollering and screaming and cussing anybody out and doing all this and saying that this and that. We know who them folks is, but to know to really get to the crust of where we and what and who we are. I know there was a whole lot that I said, but we're going to see what Miss Grace Levi's schedule's looking like, and I'm going to plan and everything. What do you say about that, Brother Lee? You think it'll be an interesting show?
Most,
Okay, but Lee's at Grace Levi on the Mac Man Morning Show. It's gonna be something else.
It's
Grace,
going to
I'm
be
gonna give you
good.
all the information. Oh, I tell you, they ain't seen nothing yet. See, this is the type of programming that I enjoy. You got to bring the facts, folks, before we just get the fluff and all this stuff that people throw out. I want you to know the fact. I want you to come away from this half an hour and a half that we have. I know I went a little bit longer. That we have each and every morning to bring you the information in order for you to be inspired, you got to have the information to be inspired. So, in
Yes.
order to do that, we have people here that know one, what they're talking about, two, that can inspire us, but more importantly, bring us the information or information that we may not be aware of right here on the show. That I'm just proud just to be here, just to be listening with my notebook and everything, because I learned something from our guests too. I want to thank Grace Levi. Thank you, Grace, for coming.
You're
And
welcome. Can
yeah,
I
I'm gonna
just say
brag
two
on you
more
now.
books? Because I'm a
Oh,
geek.
Grace
I
came
got
on
to
my
tell
show.
you
She came on my show.
two more books.
They've
I
been
just
trying
want to give
to.
y'all two more books, please. And this is
Okay, come
for
on.
future.
Hmm.
There is a brother named Carl Anderson that's still alive right now that worked in the government, tried to fight for packages for us, and we severely ignored him as a leader. His name is Claude Anderson. He has a book called Powernomics, the National Plan
Hmm.
to Empower Black America. Get that book.
Okay.
And the last book I
But
will say
you.
is, huh?
Hmm. I mean,
Last
if
book
you
is
can, this is what I want. Go ahead. Go ahead.
the
Last book
last
was
book
what now?
is the Bible, and that's it. I'm gonna stop being
Glory.
geeky. I like books, y'all. I'm sorry.
You a geek, we know it, but it's okay to be. But listen, you're an informed geek. There's certain geeks ain't informed; all they know about a certain thing. But you're really informed about our people. And I want to thank you again. It was a pleasure having you here. We've been trying to get you to come on the show, and finally got you. Isn't that something I tell you? All we had to do was just throw it out there. But I enjoyed your program, and I enjoy your. I saw a as we get ready to pull out of here, I saw one of uh, your teaching videos, or one of the videos that you teach, and you were teaching. I think it was just a short, but I want you, when you come back, to bring all your information. Let us know what you're doing, what you're up to, because you have a lot of talents on some things, and you have a wealth of information. And along with our co-host, Brother Lee Mack, man, I tell you something, that you will be informed and inspired right here on the Magman Morning Show. We're getting ready to get out of here. And for Lee Mack, our wonderful co-host, for our wonderful guests that have come on and grace our present, none other than Grace Levi. Y'all check her platform out on, check Grace Levi out. You'll see it on the screen. Go to YouTube and just put Grace Levi in there. It's going to pop up there. And there's the link to her platform. And I encourage you to go over there. What you heard here, you're going to hear more. And even I like how she breaks down even court cases. I thought she was Perry Mason or somebody, but I know you're in the medical field also, aren't you, Grace?
Yes, I'm a nurse. I'm a travel nurse, but I specialize in legal nursing consultant. So it made me really love to research
Look at
law.
you. She's a
And
consultant, y'all.
as much as I learned, I wanted to teach people what I learned. Once you know how to
Well, we
research it, you can apply it.
Well, that's great. Well, then listen, don't forget to get in touch with macmedia3 at gmail.com. Don't forget to send me some information so we can get those links in. And like I said to all of you, thank you for being so gracious with us and giving us this opportunity this week. A lot of things getting ready to occur in courts and things like that. And we just keeping our eyes on things. But if it's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I know it's 10 o'clock over there where Grace Levi and them is over there, it's the Magman Morning Show. We ain't gonna keep you, we ain't gonna hang you, but I guarantee you, when you come and visit us, you'll be back again. Listen, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Once again, we want to thank you, all of you, all. Angelica, we want to thank you for all that you have done. You came on our show, and I got a special offer for all of you that love those treats and goodies. This lady ships all over the country, and I'm going to be talking about it. We're going to get her ad up for you, and we support our own folks, and we're going to support. And we just want to thank her for from Cakes and Creations. And we just want to thank her for everything that she's done. Thank you once again, Grace. Thanks to Brother Lee Mack, our co-host on the Magman Morning Show. We'll be back here on next week. God willing, we'll be back here. We're looking forward to our special on Thursday once we get everything situated and tied down. Brother Lee Mack and Grace Levi are going to talk about Juneteenth, the meaning thereof, and how deep it's going to go. And I want to thank everybody for being here. As we get ready to leave, we ask that you love somebody. It ain't going to hurt you to love somebody. It ain't going to hurt you. Ain't going to cost you a dime. For Lee Mack, our co-host, and for me here, this is James Mack. We're going to be back here on Monday. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Stay dry. It's going to be wet in our region. Y'all get your umbrellas out and everything. But once again, thank you for being a part of our show. And we'll see you on next week.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.